Hi guys, so this is our Unit 8 lecture. This is the last unit. We've reached the almost the end of the course, and well, I just wanted to say that I think you've done really great work. I don't know if you can tell from the comments. Well, hopefully you can tell from the comments, but with almost all of the assignments along the way, I've been really impressed by the amount of effort it seems like you put in, because everything, the memos, that's what jumps out at me now, because I think that was the last thing I graded before the reports, but everything has been so well done. So great work. So we just have one more. Well, you're turning in part 2 of the formal report tonight, and oh no, you turned it in last night, sorry. And then you just have one more major assignment to complete, and that is the revision of the report. So to do the revision, you should use the comments that you got from me for part 1. And then I'm going to start grading part 2. However, there's a lot in part 2, and I'm gonna try my best to get it back to you as soon as possible. But again, there's a lot in there, and for me to go through, I have 2 classes, so and each class has 20 students. So for me to go through 40 reports with all of the content that they have is going to be tough. So I'm going to do my best to get you part 2 of the report back to you. If I am not able to get it to you in time for you to submit the revision of the report, I am sorry. Again, I will try my best, but even if I do get it to you, you probably won't get it tonight because there will be only a small portion of students who get it tonight. So what I would advise you to do is you can start making the revisions on part 1. Everyone can do that because you've all received the feedback from me. And for your revisions with part 1, I would suggest that, and for part 2 also, that you not only use my comments, but that you direct your attention to chapter 2 in the textbook. And chapter 2 goes over the 7 C's of good professional communication. And what that is, these are 7 characteristics that good writing should have. It should be clear, it should be concise, it should be concrete and specific, it should be complete, it should be courteous, it should be coherent, and it should be constructive. So we're just going to go over what each of those means. And my suggestion to you is that you not only make the changes that I suggested, because in most cases those are really just going to be minor editorial changes, but revision occurs on a deeper level. So what you want to do is, when you can go back and read through part 1 of your report, because you wrote it last week, and hopefully when you read through it now, you will see it more objectively because time has passed. So when you go back and read through part 1 of the report, just notice, see if anything jumps out at you. Does anything seem wordy? Does anything at any point seem unclear? Do you find yourself reading a sentence or a paragraph and wondering, like, what was I talking about? Or that was a little confusing. So again, just after I go over each of these characteristics, what I would like you to do is read over part 1 of your formal report and see if you notice any areas that need work. So does your paper need to be clearer at any points? Does it need to be more concise? Could it be more concrete and specific? Could it be more coherent? So you're going to apply this to parts 1 and 2 of your report. So the first is clear. And what does it mean that writing is clear? It means that your reader never has to go back to reread a sentence or two sentences or a paragraph because the reader isn't sure what the heck you're talking about. So that's what it is according to the textbook. If writing is clear. So when you're reading over your report, at any points are you stopping and wondering, what does this mean? Or did I stop and ask, what do you mean? So you want to make sure the writing is clear and that the meaning is clear. Now on to number 2, concise. So concise, the definition of concise is giving a lot of information clearly and in few words. So that's the magic combination. You want to give as much information as you can, and you want it to be clear, but you want the amount of words that you're using to do it to be as few as possible. So the more concise the writing, the more likely that it will be clear. So clear and concise kind of go together. But what you can do in attempt to make your writing more concise is eliminate anything that is wordy. So you may remember examples of this from the beginning of the semester. So sometimes I'll see papers that say, in today's day and age, that's wordy. You don't need to say that. You can just say today. So something is wordy if it takes, let's say it says something in 5 words that could be said in 1. That's wordy. So any language or any words that you can cut without altering the meaning, you should cut. That's kind of the general rule. So if you can cut something and the meaning is not going to change, it means that you should cut it, those words, and that they were extraneous and also possibly wordy. Next, you want your writing to be concrete and specific. So words that are concrete appeal to the senses. They describe things that we can see, hear, feel, smell, or touch. So they paint a mental picture. And then the book tells us that human beings are sensual beings before we are thinking beings. So when you use specific and concrete language, you appeal to your reader. So I'll give you some examples of language that is general and then clear. So this is an example of concrete and specific language. An Aston Martin D5. That's very concrete and specific. And to say a car, that's not very concrete and specific. Another example. This is a lot of fun. This is the book's example. This is a lot of fun. Now that's a general statement because why? We don't know what this refers to. And to say that something is a lot of fun, that could be describing many things. A better example that the book gives us is riding a zip line through the rainforest is a lot of fun. So